Hello and thank you for joining me. Hope you are all well. This video is all about on-person survival kit. Something that you would have inside your get home bag or your bug out bag near the top, and if things get nasty it comes straight out of that bag and onto your person. Stay with me. So first of all, before we go looking into the contents of the pouch, I just want to show that this would be carried in addition to my normal EDC. Now, forget about mobile phones, wallets and watches, yeah? We've got a torch, a pocket knife, a set of keys, and on there is a whistle, a tick removing tool, cash stash and a radar key. If you're from the UK, chances are you'll know what a radar key's for. If you're from the States, you probably wouldn't. But that's so that would be my survival type EDC. Now the pouch is just a Maxpedition knockoff type pocket organiser. It hasn't got to be something like this. This one is the Helicon Tex Navtel pouch, same sort of size, yeah, but basically what you want is you want a pouch that is small enough and that you can either attach to your belt or drop it into a leg pocket, you know, a cargo pocket, a thigh pocket on your trousers. Now this one lives in my get home bag. It literally sits in the top of it, and then should I need to actually leave my vehicle for whatever reason, this comes straight out of the get home bag and either goes into my thigh pocket or onto my belt. And that's what this video is all about really. It's making sure that you've got your survival bases covered. This covers all of the 10 C's. And that way, if there is an incident or there is a problem and you're unlucky enough to lose your main bag or it's taken from you, yeah, you've still got the bare essentials to affect survivability, or at least to improve your chances of survival. There's not a lot in here, but there is quite a bit in here, but you'll see. So inside there is a Gerber vise, which is just a small pocket multi-tool. The reason I've gone for the small one is weight. Yeah, this kit, as I say, would be in a pocket. I don't want the additional weight. I already carry a Swiss Army knife, so it is a redundancy. There is a mini Bic lighter. And then all I've done is 12 inches of 1 inch Gorilla Tape there, 12 inches of 1 inch Gorilla Tape there, so it's 2 foot of tape. First aid, repairing things, or you can light it with the lighter and you've got some pretty good tinder to use if you haven't got any other sort of tinder sources, especially if it's a bit wet. In this tube there's 5 tinder quicks. In this tube is a large-eyed needle, and that is pre-threaded with braid. So if the strap on your rucksack breaks, you've got the feasibility, you can repair it. If you rip your clothing, you can repair that. If you've got a splinter, you can get the splinter out, etc., etc. A cotton bandana, first aid, coarse water filter, signalling, orange, very good contrast against everything, especially in the wilds or even in an urban environment. A small quantity of paracord. There is of course another 3 or 4 foot of paracord there if I was to take it apart. I also replace my shoe or boot laces with paracord, and I remove the drawstrings to my jacket and replace them with paracord. So I've always got a fairly good supply of cordage on me if I need it. There is a 1 litre pour and store bag. So it's a nice thick material. It has a fold out base. So the idea is you can put water in there. There is then some food grade silicone tube that I can then use in the bag to act as a straw. There is a Mylar blanket, which is part of my emergency shelter kit. That is the other half of my emergency shelter kit. There's some rubber balls. So you would fold the corners of the Mylar blanket around the rubber ball. Saves you, saves looking for smooth pebbles or using leaf litter, etc. There are some shock cord loops and some mini paracord that's on there as guy lines. And there is a little sewing bob in there that's got about 20 metres of the micro paracord on. The idea being is you take the loop, make a lark's head over the ball that's folded up in the corner, and then tie that off as part of your shelter system. Then finally, the last item to come out of the pouch is the survival kit in a tin, the Pocket Survival Kit. This is based around the Polymath mini survival kits. They are excellent value for money, currently on Amazon at $9.99 including postage and packaging. And on this I've got a Fresnel lens, first aid, if it's sunny enough, get fire by directing the sun rays through the magnifying section of it, the magnifying glass, or I'm a full-time glasses wearer. If my glasses were broke or I lost them, then I have the possibility that I'll be able to read things at least. And just on the sleeve are some ground rare signals, Morse code, and some basic tips on navigating and survival priorities. But don't get tied up with it. At the end of the day, it's a Fresnel lens. There's 2 pieces of bicycle inner tube or Ranger bands. Again, if you light them or a section of it with a lighter, it burns. Doesn't do the ozone layer a lot of good, but if you're trying to get a little fire going and everything is damp, these burn well, long enough, hopefully, to dry your kindling out and to actually get a fire going. If you don't want to buy, pop into a local bicycle repair shop and ask them if they've got any damaged inner tubes that perhaps they normally throw out, and would they donate one for you? Just one inner tube will give you absolutely loads of pieces for making lots of kits. An emergency £20 note. There is another emergency £20 note in the cash stash. Inside the tin there are 2 band-aids, piece of cotton wool. Again, it's tinder, but to be honest, it's in it to stop things rattling about because I don't like the clanking noise. A small sewing kit. There is 1 tinder quick there. Some safety pins, 2 pre-threaded needles. These needles are much smaller than that one. Reason being, if it's just a shirt button or something like that that you need to sew back on, that is too big to go through the hole in the button. Yeah, so it's not going to work. So hence why there are some smaller needles pre-threaded and a mixture of cottons, another spare button, and just a paper clip. A folding hacksaw, so that's for cutting metal. A candle, flame extender, or low level lighting. A button compass, which is for cardinal direction. Remember, these are redundancies to your main kit. A small LED, photon type LED, again, for redundancy to the torch. Bit more Gorilla Tape, little piece of tinder card, a tin opener. It may be that you might be able to go into a shop and buy some tins that haven't got the ring pulls on them, so you need a tin opener. This is very much like the P38 style, but it's a Swedish Army one, and I believe this probably goes back to about the 1960s, very old. A combined ferro rod, whistle and striker. No, it's not as good as having a full-size ferro rod, but it is perfectly adequate to get you through 72 hours or more in a survival situation. It's nice and slim, doesn't take up a lot of room. Normally with the polymath kits, this little tin contains fishing items. All it's got, again, is a bit of cotton wool to stop it rattling. I put a razor blade in there, 2 paracetamol, and there's a mini glow stick. Yeah, this kit's actually comes straight out of my get home bag, and although I have a 30-mile return journey each day, even if the worst happens and I have to walk it, we're only looking at what, 7 hours if there's no real drama. If I've got to stop overnight, or perhaps I'm injured, yeah, so I can't make it home straight away, there's enough here to tide me over. But the last thing I'm going to want to be doing is to be going fishing, yeah, because it is a short-term or a relatively short-term survival kit. In this little Ziploc there is an injection swab, so it's alcohol based. So first aid, fire lighting. There is some surgical gauze, plaster type material, and then the last thing in there are 10 water purification tablets. 1 tablet per litre, wait 30 minutes. So if I need water, coarse filter, water in the bag, Puritab, drink through the tube. And there's 10 there, so obviously that will treat 10 litres. And then finally, in the base of the tin is a mirror. It's got protective film on it to stop it getting scratched. It does come out, but it's a pick to get out, so I'm going to leave it in. But you've got a mirror, again, first aid if you've got something in your eye, or you've got, you know, an injury to your face that you want to look at, or for signalling, or if your phone's connected and you know there's some naughty people about, gives you the opportunity to peek around corners without sticking your head out. So that's it, that's pretty much the kit. Now, one of the reasons on the thumbnail it says build this before you build a get home bag or a bug out bag. The reason being that when you're building a get home bag or even a bug out bag, and you look, especially if you look at all the videos that are already out there on YouTube, yeah, and we're all different, our ideas are all different, but you will see that a lot of people have bags that have got subdividers in them and everything, and they've got all their kit laid out in the subdividers and it's in the bag, so they've got a ferro rod in one sleeve, a torch in the other, a knife, blah, 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 blah. The minute they lose that kit, they've lost everything, and they are then down to the clothes on their body and what's in their pockets. If you build a kit like this that covers the 10 C's, everyone's going to be slightly different, but you build a kit like this that is going to offer you an increased chance of survival. Do that, then build your kits. Put this in the top of the kit. If you ever have to take the kit out in anger, yeah, a bit of get home bag or the bug out bag, first thing you do as soon as you are clear of the immediate danger, obviously, is you take the pouch out of the bag and you fix it to your person. Then you know that if you're attacked or your bag's stolen or whatever happens, you're not naked, so to speak. You've got items that are going to help you get through at least a relatively short term. Anyway, if you can see flaws in my ideas, then I'd love to read your comments. If you believe there are items that can go in there that would be beneficial, again, I'd love to see your comments. If you found the video useful, then please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, yeah? Even in the comments, if you want to see more survival kits, let me know. I love building kits, it's my downfall, yeah? But at the end of the day, you tell me if you want to see more survival kits. I'll quite happily show you various survival kits for different types of scenarios. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. Enjoy your day. Thank you for spending the time on watching me. See you soon.